Today we're going to talk about the imperfect subjunctive and how to conjugate an ER, a regular ER verb, into the imperfect subjunctive. Let's take, for example, comer, which is to eat in Spanish. Comer, in order to get the imperfect subjunctive, we must start with the ellos, ellas, ustedes preterites of comer. And if you remember the preterite conjugation of comer, it is ellas comieron. Okay, comieron. And by knowing that one, we can then proceed and create the full conjugation of comer in the imperfect of the subjunctive. With this, what we do, or what I like to say to my kids, is that once you have the third person plural conjugation in the preterite, you now say goodbye to Ron. And what is left becomes your stem. This is how you're going to create the imperfect subjunctive. And it works this way for all verbs in the imperfect subjunctive. In this case, comer happens to be comie once you say goodbye to Ron. You eliminate the R-O-N. And so the full conjugation is que yo, and then you put in your endings, que yo comiera. One thing I like to say is that in the imperfect subjunctive, there's actually two endings. There's the ra ending and the se ending. And for my students, I do teach them the ra, and I emphasize the ra, and I make the se, make them note it down or jot it down, because it is used, both of them are used when you start reading newspapers around the world. You can see the comiera, comiese, but I emphasize the comiera. It's just a particular preference for me. That's the way that I grew up in Mexico. Que tú then becomes comie, and then you put in your ras, que tú comieras, and then if you proceed with the conjugation, que él, and then que ella becomes comiera. Again, a subjunctive, the first person singular conjugation and the third person singular conjugation. Same spelling, different usage. If you go over to the plural side of this conjugation box, we have que nosotros comiera. Except with this one, the ending actually does include not only the ramos, but the ending includes this accent right here that always goes above the last letter of the stem that slides in and then creates the nosotros, que nosotros comiéramos. Que vosotros then becomes que vosotros comierais. There's your ending. And then to end the conjugation, it's que ellas, que ellos, que ustedes comie, and then ran, comieran. Okay, again, the endings for the imperfect subjunctive, in this case using the ra ending. There is a se ending, but I'm emphasizing the ra in this one. Que yo comiera, que tú comieras, que él, ella, usted comiera, que nosotros comiéramos, que vosotros comierais, y que ellas, ellos y ustedes comieran.